Today, I am happy to introduce to you my friend and upcoming theatre maker, Lim Shein here.
Hi everyone. I would describe myself as a professional Bao Ga Liao. I will do everything under the sun. I just like being in the theatre space. I think that's something that really energizes me. So whether it's writing something, directing something, crewing for something, acting, whatever. Like, it takes a whole village to make a show, right?
Yes.
And I just like that village spirit, the kampong spirit. I've been venturing more into directing. It's something that as a Bao Ga Liao, it kind of like captures the essence, right? Like a director needs to know a bit of everything. Director needs to keep here, keep there, like, act a bit, and then know how the actors act, and then know the lighting a bit, and then know how to what lights do.
Shein, I heard that your path into theatre making was actually anything but a straightforward one. So, tell us more about this.
So actually, I was from NUS Business. I went into the corporate world to work for 3-4 years. Along the way, I still tried to keep in touch with the theatre scene. So I attended like Young and Wild. I wrote for Right Stuff. I did productions here and there with companies. Somewhere along the line, late last year, I decided to make the jump into the theatre scene. Like I was like, screw it let's just jump into it and see how it goes.
Now, let's move on to your very first professional play that you wrote for the Right Stuff Festival 2021. So, how was it for you?
My experience with it was quite a nice one because I think it's the first play that I've written that someone actually took and said, we want to stage it. I mean, it was an open call and I sent in my script and they were like, oh, actually we like your idea, let's develop it further. And to see that script going from my brain to the page, then the director came on board and then it was Mark Valentine. So Mark, if you're watching this, thank you, great job on the show. I'm very grateful to have had experience in the process. I thought that time was I think one of the happiest times of my life.
Welcome to our game segment of Actually Right. This game is very simple. I'm gonna give you a statement and you have to reply with your own opinion beginning with Actually Right. Statement 1. Graduating with a theatre degree does not mean a guaranteed job or space in theatre.
Actually, right. Graduating with any degree doesn't mean you'll get any job or any space. People of course look at that to get into the door. But then once you go in the working world and then you start interviewing, you start working with people, it is who you are in your job and your work ethic that shows, right? To me, I think it's more important what kind of person you become. Okay, sounds very philosophical. So to me, it's also my degree, but also the work I do in theatre that fit into who I am and then what kind of person I present myself to be.
Wow, I didn't expect such a nice answer. Wow.
You expected to laugh, right? You come here and then you wow, this guy, wow.
No.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Down here. No.
Statement 2, okay? The person who writes the script should have the last say.
Actually, right. Wow, this one I feel like a flick, but no one has the last say. I mean, everyone should make the say collectively, I think. Of course, being in a lot of different rehearsal rooms and different productions, there's different kind of ways it's structured. So sometimes some directors like to be more controlling, some directors like to be more collaborative, and everything in between, the spectrum. For me, it's I prefer more collaborative. Of course, definitely some people need to make the decisions, but I think it should be in consultation with everyone involved. So if the playwright writes something and the actors say something, actually, what happened for the Right Stuff, right? For the play that I wrote, I mean, I was there and then they said stuff and then they were like, hey, actually this one, can I say it this way? And I'm like, yeah, sure, because that's how the actor says it. And I think at that stage it was a developmental script. Also, I think it becomes more real because when you write script, right?
Definitely.
Sometimes it feels like it's just there are 5 characters, all 5 is different parts of my brain talking. So it's 5 versions of Shein talking. So I'm like, how do I make them different? How do I make them different? Okay, so I write a bit different. Then everyone read my script like, hey, all the characters sound like you. It's just you talking over and over again. So when other people read it, then they will add their own
way of saying
it. That actually works better for me. It's a kind of devising, but it's also writing it, right? Being able to hear the voice of the actor to feed into your writing, it's actually quite an important thing to do for me because I admit that at this stage of my playwriting journey, I'm still not great at maybe certain things, and definitely actors and directors can help me to work on that.
Statement 3. I should always say nice things after a horrible show, especially if my friend wrote the play.
Actually, right, I think it's important to know if what the person needs at that stage. So if that person needs encouragement, then you give them encouragement. If the person needs to hear the hard truth and you know they can take it, then give them a bit harder truth. So I think it's about knowing your audience also. So very important for theatre, but also in life, right? Like if your friend is like very stressed already, you don't go and add on the stress lah. Make them feel a bit better.
Statement 4. True, my friends should always say nice things to me even though the play I directed, wrote or acted in was horrible.
Actually, right, my friends should always say nice things, but they always say horrible things. No, but I think like it's the reverse of the previous one, right? Like if like I know some people will give me encouragement, so I go to them for encouragement. But I know some people will give me like actual pointers, like how to improve. So I will go to them to get those like information on what scenes can be done this way, what scenes can be done that way. I think like my non-theatre friends, they probably like be more like from a layman perspective, whereas people in the scene, like my mentors, I'll be like, oh, how do you think I could have written this better, or how do you think I could have directed this better? So I think it's knowing who you can go to for help and who you can go to for like encouragement.
The last statement. There are a lot of opportunities for writers to create and stage shows independently.
Actually, right? Yes. Yeah, actually, yes. Yeah, there's actually a lot of opportunities. All you need is you just apply like MD license, just hire people. The process is very straightforward, but at the same time, it is difficult in getting all those people. But once you know the steps, it's not difficult. I think it's just the mentality and the kind of like inertia to start might be a bit for overwhelming for one person to do. The thing is you need your support system, you need your village. So have a few people you can trust to like produce together with you, to have
like form a team,
collective. Get to know people. I think by being in productions helps a lot, but also in general like working around the scene.
Now, Shein, let's move on to my favorite segment called Let's Get Real. So, Shein, as a theatre maker in Singapore, your journey was from school plays, then to backstage, then to writing, and now directing. So, are you trying every part of theatre before like settling down on one craft, or you plan to be like a Bao Ga Liao?
I mean, I see where the future takes me, I also don't know. I mean, who are we to say where we'll end up? Wow, philosophy.
Again, the philosophical.
I do enjoy doing different things at different times. So sometimes directing, then like you feel like direct too much, then actually I want to write a bit more. Then I write too much, then sick of writing alone. I want to do some like backstage or whatever.
How did your like friends and family take to you switching from a stable job in advertising to now a freelancer?
Are they gonna watch the video?
I mean, if you share the link.
So of course my mom was like, theatre 可以赚钱. And then my sisters, they also worried because of course the income difference and stuff. But then I assured them, I had a plan and then I will do this, and then I think once you show that you have put some thought into it, I think that's the most important thing. It's not like I'm jumping blindly. I quit my job because I was attached to a project to assistant direct a show already, so it wasn't like out of nowhere. I was like, screw it, let's quit. But then let's work out how to quit actually. So that was kind of the thought process, which I think they were like, okay he knows what he's doing. And of course I have like savings, like 6 months. You know that thing like 6 months of savings to in case like 3 months I got no job and then I'm like, wow, like damn depressed, but actually, at least I still got enough to eat lah.
So with such a big career shift, right? I'm sure a lot of things have changed too, like your finances, like you mentioned, your social life. Like how are you managing with those things?
Wow, no time to go out and have dinner with people lah. Theatre always like show rehearsal at night, show at night, then like people ask you, sorry, I got show this week, I cannot, that kind of thing. But I think it's a trade-off. I think it's like corporate is 8 to 6, you're stuck behind the desk, you're doing emails. But then like in theatre, you're always everywhere. So it's a different kind of engagement, different muscles being used. But also, like I said, being in the theatre is energizing for me lah. So I'm like, yes, this is what I quit for. Yes, I'm very tired, but oh my god, I love this.
Do you have any words of encouragement for people who are thinking of switching career paths into the arts?
Just do it. No, I'm not responsible. But yeah, I think just do it. But also like having thought through if you have a family, if you have 5 people depending on you then I think make the decision a bit more wisely. For me, I've had the privilege of being in a position that I can do it. So for that, I'm very thankful also.
So that's all the time we have today for SgNL. Thank you, Shein, for sharing your heart with us. You're such a wonderful guest and we hope to see you soon.
Thank you for listening to my heart. Yeah, my Spotify, check. Tune in to more videos.
Yes, with that, do remember to like, share and subscribe. Till next time.
I've always wanted to do this thing.
Oh, you want to do it? Oh, I think it's there. Let's say, there's that. Yeah, it's there, right beside your handsome Shein.